Yeah, I'm looking at overall picture of the markets in the United States, the S&P 500. I'm looking mostly on the ETFs they follow the S&P 500. And to me, it looks like we're going to have a downturn. Might go a little bit higher, but I think it had its run unless something happens. Because VOO, that's Vanguard, S&P 500. Let's move this over a little bit. 2000 was 200. Now 600%. If you put that ETF 600%. If you did it monthly, it'd be more because you'd be buying it when it goes down. Also, we had a couple down, not too many though. We had one here that went for January 22 to October 22, so not even a year went down, and then just kept on going up. I think tariffs were introduced here, so it went from 500 to 20% down, and then was it 20? 600 almost. 450. Yeah, 22 maybe percent went down overall, the whole market. And then it just bounced back. 450, now it's 630. That's a good run, and only from April 25, so not even a year. Same thing as that one. That one's iShare Core S&P 500 ETF. The ETFs are very good because you don't have to pay the management fees, which is probably around 1% or something. These ones charge, I don't know if they, it even gives you dividends. So actually these are, if you don't know what you're doing, overall market, you put it in here and let it grow. The only thing is the Magnificent 7, which is all the tech companies, they take up 50% of the S&P 500. Kind of reminds me of the TSE 300 for Canada. Nortel, I think, had a market share of 36%. When that went down, it blew up everything. Billions of dollars lost. Pension plans, all kinds of stuff. SPY, a lot of people have SPY. That's another ETF. 500, 677 now, so it went quite a bit. And that one is Vanguard 500. Does it look the same as 1, 2, 3? Let's see that one. Yeah, it's the same. 1, 2, 3. So they follow very, very, very closely. What is that one? Bank of Montreal. Oh, that's the Canadian one. So if you want it in Canadian dollars, again, if you look at the three tops here, it's very the same as all the other ones, so they follow it. But that one's in Canadian dollars, and that one, ETF index, again, that's Canadian dollars too. It follows it 43, and that is almost 60. So they follow the same. That one was around for a long time, and then it disappeared. And again, it's on. What this one does, it takes the big ones, the top. Let me see. 3 times exposure to an index of FANG companies: Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. So these are include these 5 companies. Very high level concentration. Short term. These ones tend to go like really, really high up and then down because they're triple. That's the ETF, and it's very concentrated in those. I think there's 7 companies in it, like I mentioned before. And when it goes down a lot. When it goes up a lot. So it was $8. It went up to 34 almost dollars, and now the market is turning. Since October, those Magnificent 7 companies, they've been on a run for too long, so they're going down. They went crazy. This one is very similar. Oh, that's 2 times. So, and that's FNGU. Same thing, except that one's triple, that one's double. And then when you see, let's see those companies that are in those ETFs. Apple, That's daily chart. It has its run. As you can see, it's going down. Google, that had a crazy run too. That's a huge company, and to go 100% since April, that's crazy. Let's take weekly. It started out at $2.5, and that's 322. So it's over 100 times. Yeah, that's a good run. So that's the original one. Then they got this one too. It started a little bit later in 2014. And then you got Facebook. Yeah, Facebook started out. Yeah, they're criticizing it. A lot of times when you read, you don't invest. It started at 43, and then when it went down to like 20 something, or below 20. People were criticizing it. How's it going to make money? It's not good. Same like Tesla. It's going to go bankrupt. And if you read that, you would never invest. Tesla went up 200 times. This one went from, that's about 40, at least 10 times. And if you invested when it was 20, 5 times 6, yeah, that's 30 times up. Then Facebook wasn't doing very good. They actually did okay with COVID, 223 to 142. I mean, it went down a little bit, but this is when they went crazy with metaverse and all kinds of things that weren't doing very good with people. So very negative publicity. When you get negative publicity and losing money, but actually they make huge amounts of money. They make millions of dollars an hour or something just in advertising. I think that's advertising. I think most of her income is from advertising. That's billions and billions of dollars. So it went from almost $380 to $90, and then bounced to almost 800. That's 800%. So that is huge, and the market share is huge too. And when you look at their even though they spend huge amounts of money, they bring huge amounts of money because it's mostly software. It's not like a mine, very intensive, work intensive. This is not work intensive. The program's there, they advertise, and look at that. The net margin is 40%, almost like grocery stores make 4, maybe 5. Same with all the industry, 5. This is 40 almost. 28, 19 is okay still, but that's at the worst they had 20%. It's cash cow. Same with Microsoft. Microsoft is huge. A lot of people, including myself, I wanted to look at some companies that small and that could actually make money. And Microsoft was kind of flat since the internet bubble in 2000. It went down to around $25 Yeah, around $25 from 2000. It dipped even lower at $17, and then 13 years later it was still $25. But this company was making huge amounts of money, and I think what happened was maybe institutional investments, because there's not a lot of little companies you can invest in. They don't invest in little companies, they invest in big companies. And the ETFs that they have, or mutual funds that they have in there, they're all those stocks. Like MasterCard went 100 times over the last 15 years or so. So this is a big one, and they got no competition really. Apple operating system, I tried it, it's not that good. Then you got Linux free. A lot of it was complicated. It's a little bit more easier, but Microsoft is the king for not only enterprise, but it's on almost every single computer, other than on the cell phones. You get the Apple operating system on the cell phones, and Android on the cell phones. But I think their huge monster mistake was not getting, they bought Nokia, and they didn't do anything with it. They paid billions of dollars, and I bought the cell phone, and a lot of applications were missing, but it was an amazing system, and I think they screwed up, because they will be one of the top cell phone manufacturers in the world, and I believe that now they're into making laptops and things. They're very good. A lot of the laptop manufacturers went under because they're selling the laptops for way less than what they're making it for. But looking at Microsoft now, they charge quite a bit for their laptops. So I don't think they're losing money on it. I didn't look at it, but they're not cheap. So for 13 years, it didn't go up, and it started going up very slowly. So from $25 to 400 or 454. So that's like 20-fold, almost 20-fold. Yeah, but if you look at their annual margins, net margins, 36%, and they're still growing. It's a huge monster company. It's still growing. It's amazing. Almost $300 billion in revenue. Hey, we look at Netflix now. Netflix, same like Uber and stuff. I always was into video over the internet, but it was so slow. I got all different programs and everything. That was back in, not even in 2000. It was like 98, I think. It was so slow, and I signed up on different things, and I go, no way. And then the company said 56K is the fastest you could go, or you could get was it DSL, or there's another one, 128K. So I go, yeah, that's never gonna be right. They go, that's the maximum you could go. But if you look into the future and you invest in a company, and the technology usually takes 10 to 20 years to develop, and if you invest in along the way, you get a lot of different court cases and everything, because copyrights, all that stuff. So that was going on for a while. They're here they're like 10 cents, 8 cents, 6 cents. Now they're $87. That's 1,000 times fold. So if you kept it, not got too excited long term. Same with the battery technology, EV technology. That takes 10 to 15 years at least, and probably 90% of the companies or more that start, only one will go up on top. Same with Netscape and all the other ones, and Google was very frugal and very fast loading browser. That's why a lot of people got into it, and it was fast, and results were way better than anything else. So Google went into advertising and made history. Now makes huge amounts of money and does all different things. So that's Netflix. Another thing is, don't follow what other people do. See what your financial situation is, because the more you read, it's not beneficial for you. Especially the gurus and the people that make billions, they tell you something that they're doing, but it benefits them, not you. Same with that one. I think I bought it here or something a while back, and I think it's Bill Ackman, I think. He goes, it's no good. We sell it, and he sold it for 800 or loss of $800 million, something like that. I don't remember the numbers, and no, that's maybe beneficial for him because he made a lot of money on different things, and maybe he wants to offset that loss, so that way he could put it to something else and it could grow while getting rid of this one. So it's look at yours, what your situation is. Also signed up. I remember I'm kind of looking 20 years back, and I'm going, wow. 25 years ago, I get all the, and I paid a couple $100 for these monthly guru advices, and I look at it, 90% of their predictions and everything were all wrong. So everything's good as long as the market is going up. Everybody's a guru, and then when the market goes down, then we see them in the ocean when the tides go out with their underwears on. Yeah, so that's the gurus, most of them. So yeah, Netflix went down to like 17 and hit high up, and now it's going down. It went way too far. Are they making money? Yes, they are. Every year, actually, they're making more money. So, yeah, that's a big one. 40 billion revenues, and that one is going up from 18 to 70. I think it's very similar. What does it do? Again, it's the FANG companies: Facebook, Apple, Netflix, Google. Yeah, so that's it. So I think the market overall is gonna correct itself. Probably go down here and then go up again. Yeah, it has to correct itself. So I think that run might be over. But again, it's everybody takes a little chance, and you gotta kind of hedge things. Maybe go the other way, because right there, I think today, yeah, it goes up nicely. A little bit here down, but there's a gap right here. When there's a big gap like that, usually it goes up. There's a gap here, usually it goes up. When it's got a gap going down, usually it will go down. So right now, for at least short term, the market probably will go down. So, that's it.